Hey, I'm golf broadcaster Matt Adams. The updated and expanded second edition of my book, The Golf Round I'll Never Forget, Golf's Biggest Stars Recall Their Finest Moments, is now available. Readers can expect to march with Arnie's Army at the 1960 U.S. Open, relive Jack Nicklaus's remarkable 1986 Masters win, and be amazed by the Tiger Slam. The Golf Round I'll Never Forget, Golf's Biggest Stars Recall Their Finest Moments. Pick it up where fine books are sold, including BarnesandNoble.com and Amazon.com.
Thrive Suite Productions. And welcome to another day to remember on this day in sports history. It's January 10th, and today is the 42nd anniversary of The Catch. It was the NFC Championship game between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers on a balmy day at Candlestick Park. The winner would punch their ticket to Super Bowl 16. The Cowboys were the veteran, playoff-hardened club, while the Niners were the new kids on the block. Trailing 27-21 with 4:54 to play in the ballgame, San Francisco started their game-winning drive at their own 11-yard line. A combination of Linville Elliott rushes and a couple of Freddie Solomon catches, quarterback Joe Montana ushered the Niners down to the Cowboys' 6-yard line. With 58 seconds to play, facing a 3rd and 3, and needing a touchdown, head coach Bill Walsh called for an old 49er standard, sprint right option. Here's the call from the 49ers play-by-play voice, Don Klein.
Clark goes to the right. They set up a slot back. Solomon in the hole there. Running backs are split behind Montana. 3rd and 3. He has the ball. Montana rolling out the right, looking toward the end zone, throwing under pressure, throws his pass. Caught by Clark. Clark got a touchdown. Dwight Clark has it. It's a touchdown for the 49ers. Dwight Clark with a leaping catch has put the 49ers into a tie ball game.
Now, a couple of things about that play. First, the Niners had scored on that play back in the first quarter with Montana throwing to Freddie Solomon. Solomon was the first option on this final touchdown as well, but he slipped making his cut and was covered. Second, Montana said years later that sprint right option had been in their playbook for 3 years, and he had never thrown it to Dwight Clark in a game. Third, Montana's pump fake before the throw was a big key to success of the play. It got 3 Dallas linemen to jump and gave Montana time and space to throw it. And lastly, the design of the pass option to Clark was always to throw it high. If Clark couldn't get it, then it would sail out of bounds and they would get one more shot. But in practice, Montana had always thrown it either too low or way too high. Clark said in his remembrance of the play that this was the first time Montana put it in a place only he could get it. The 49ers took the lead 28-21, held on to win, and then went on to beat the Cincinnati Bengals in Super Bowl 16, all thanks to Dwight Clark's The Catch on this day in sports history. Interesting fact, a future NFL quarterback that would throw his own share of memorable touchdowns, Tom Brady, was at Candlestick Park that day with his parents, rooting on the 49ers, and said that this was his first sports memory as a kid. Also on this day, let's go across the country in the AFC Championship game, and it became known for something completely different: the weather. The warm weather San Diego Chargers were playing the Cincinnati Bengals for the right to go to Super Bowl 16. The temperature at game time was -9, but with a sustained wind of 27 miles per hour, it made it feel like negative 59 degrees. It became known as the Freezer Bowl. The Bengals won 27-7. And in 1989, Wayne Gretzky assisted 4 goals as his LA Kings beat his former team, the Edmonton Oilers, 5-4, and in the process passed Gordie Howe on the NHL's all-time leading points list. That's all for today. I'll have more tomorrow on This Day in Sports History.
Hey there, sports history fan. This is Arnie Chapman, aka the Football History Dude, and I hope that you enjoyed this recent episode presented by the Sports History Network and were able to learn some good old-fashioned sports history knowledge nuggets. I started the Sports History Network back in 2020 with the mission to help podcasters find a community of like-minded sports history nerds, as well as helping aspiring podcasters to start their own shows. We have a little bit over 30 shows on the network right now covering all sorts of sports history, but as far as I'm concerned, We're just at the toothpick in the ocean moment, that can't even figure it out because there's so much more coming. We wanted to create the ultimate headquarters for sports yesteryear, starting with Podcast Network and our website, but we're going to continue to move into other mediums as well. And here's the cool part, because we want you to be part of our team. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or maybe being a guest on one of our shows, or who knows, maybe even writing an article for us over on the website. Seriously, all you gotta do is reach out to us on the contact page over at sportshistorynetwork.com. You can be as technologically savvy as a Neanderthal tapping on a stone trying to figure out this whole hieroglyphics thing back in the day. Again, it doesn't matter, because even if you don't understand the whole podcast space, we have a production team that can pretty much help you out with doing everything. All you gotta do, head over to sportshistorynetwork.com, head to the contact page, fill it out. That message goes right to me, and I'll reach out to you as soon as I can. But for now, dude, I'm through if you're through.